Laughter, beers, careers. Just three guys chopping it up.
Hey guys, how's it going? I want to welcome you back to another episode of Midlife Playbook. That's your boy Naeem. This is Matt.
What's up?
And we do have a special guest today, Talon.
Hello, glad to be here.
Back it down. He's just a guy. He's
gonna
not
make him
special.
He's
No,
right
no,
there.
he's
He can
just a
hear you.
guest.
He can hear you. He's right there.
I'm looking at him.
Talon's a friend of ours from the neighborhood, known him for a few years now, and thought we'd bring him on today's episode.
What do you think, Tal?
Let's go ahead and get started.
All right.
Ooh, just glad to be here. Glad to be on the show. Good to hang out with you guys.
I am so happy to be here. So what do you do? Give the people a little background. You know, what do you do? You married, kids? How's the whole thing work?
Yeah, so I am an engineer at GE Aerospace, and I design and build 3D printers, like big industrial 3D printers, which we can get into, but I also have a wife and 3 kids.
So you say you work at GE, right? So does that mean you work with planes at all?
I
Or?
almost fell asleep when he was like going through that engineering stuff. Sales guys, engineers, we don't get along. We don't get along.
Hey, but you use our planes a lot.
I do use your
You know what? Don't even get me started on flying and planes. And Talon could probably relate to this because we were both 6'5", 6'4" range, and
I'm not.
Naeem is not 6'5".
That vertical.
I got a beef with some of these.
I'm
like
not challenged. I'm just not abnormally
you just
huge.
can't reach the top of the refrigerator. It's fine.
I have a step stool for that.
Why are planes so short? Like regional jets specifically, man. And you get this too. I can't walk down the middle of the aisleway on a plane without ducking my head and hitting the overhead bins.
Yeah, all about that money. You got to pack as many people in there as you can and make that money.
Can't even sit down in these things, right?
Barely.
Barely. Like our knees are touching our chest when we're sitting in airplane seats, whereas Naeem's feet are swinging.
I'm experiencing none of these issues.
He's
I'm
swinging.
very comfortable on any jet you put me on, and I'm on them frequently. And yeah, I'm happy, man. You know, stewardesses come over, greet me. I'm so nice. I get free drinks all the time.
Matt and I get dirty looks from the people in front of us.
Right.
Like, what are you
Right.
doing back
Can't
there?
see around us. Like I try to upgrade every time on a flight to the exit row just so I can like feel my feet when we land.
You know what I do when I see a tall person like you sit behind me? I recline the hell out of that end seat.
Yep,
And I'm just
yep.
like, yeah, feel it,
Bit
baby.
better.
He's that
Tall
asshole.
people
He
get
is that
all
asshole.
the advantages of
Just
life.
totally that asshole.
I have to scrap and fight for everything.
So that's great. So a little more about Talon, though. So he is younger than us, right? In your 30s?
Yes, 34?
34?
You start to forget once you get 21, but I think it's 34.
I'm sure he's. Is he even old enough to
Sure.
drink right now?
Right.
Should we
Give me
idea?
that drink. So you're 34, you're married.
Yeah.
How long you been married?
We have, well, this is a bad, I hope my wife doesn't listen to this.
No,
we
she
have
won't.
been
Women don't
married
listen to this.
for 9 years.
9
9 long.
Okay.
9 years. How long you been together?
Like 14 years.
Oh, good.
So you guys are high school? Met in high school, correct?
Yeah. We met
High
in
school sweethearts?
high school sweethearts.
Yep.
Got married shortly after high school, and
3
yeah,
kids.
the rest is history. Yeah.
Three great kids. They're
Yeah.
currently upstairs right
Just
now.
got one out of diapers, so that's always a good feeling.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Oh, man.
Hey,
That's
we're gonna
Congra-
applaud that
cheers to
milestone.
that
Yeah,
one.
Yeah.
Cheers,
Cheers
to
to that one.
Cheers to out of diapers.
We cleaned glasses. You guys just couldn't hear it. Yeah, it's fine. Couldn't see it. Did I say couldn't hear it? Said we clanked glasses and you couldn't hear it.
They
Well, they
Couldn't see it
because
either.
they're listening.
Unbelievable.
So anyway, I will tell you this though. Flying, you guys are talking about that.
Yeah.
With flying, who's the best airline to fly? Who's the worst? Because I've been in some situations where wined, dined,
Yeah,
movies, TVs,
Really?
pillows,
Who?
blankets,
Who?
the whole shit.
Well, tell us. Who was it? What airline?
International flight,
Yeah. Never been on that.
Air Transat treated us really, really well.
When you say international, how far do you mean? Because we go to Mexico and that's international.
That is true. No, I'm talking Europe. This is
Oh, so you
overseas.
mean the other side of the
Overseas,
pond?
yeah,
Over
8-hour
the
flight.
Okay. What is
8-hour
that like? I feel like I would die on an 8-hour
You know,
flight.
so usually on an 8-hour flight, they give you a nicer plane. It's bigger, it's more spacious, so you guys would have no issues. They give you a couple meals
Okay.
throughout the flight. They make it very comfortable. You got your movie. They turn all the lights out if it's an overnight flight. That way you can get a good sleep. So it's good. It honestly, it doesn't bother me. doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah, that is not what I'm used to. I'm used to 1 hour flights. You might
Right.
get a pack of crackers, maybe get a beverage, get yelled at, and then you wheels down and you're done.
If you're on Spirit though, which hey, listen, I've flown very nice, and I fly Spirit, Frontier. What's the
Yeah.
other one? Allegiant.
Allegiant.
I fly them all the time because it's easy, it's direct, it's right there.
Right.
But
Yeah.
damn, do they charge you for everything?
Yeah, you can't get.
Yeah. I don't have, so most flying I've ever done most of the time is with Delta.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know why. But as far as long flights, I think the longest flight I went on was maybe 3.5, 4 hours to Vegas. I think Vegas is a
Okay.
4 hour flight.
Yeah, it's about 3.5. It's probably between 3 and 4.
And I think for the most part, it's been fine, right? They charge what they charge. Everybody wants to charge you for everything, just flying in general, right?
Yeah.
The thing I hate is the smaller planes and turbulence, man.
Mm.
Like the speed bumps of the sky, right?
Right. But that's how you got to look at them, though.
Right.
They're just bumps. Like, have you ever gotten in an accident because you drove on a bumpy road?
Right.
That's what
Right.
turbulence is. It's just a
Right.
bumpy road, but it freaks us the hell out because we're 30,000 feet in the air. Right?
Right.
They're
And-
uncomfortable, but they're not unsafe.
Right.
Is what I like to remember. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to tell yourself that. So,
Would you tell us a little bit about what you do at your job? Because engineer, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I am a little removed from the aviation side, but we do have a lot of their design practices and stuff, things, engineering stuff that gets kind of filtered down. But what I will say, staying on the airplane topic, is they're so safe. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like it takes 13 years to just even design and release an engine for a jet.
13 years?
13 years. And that's because, and the whole thing isn't even brand new. It's really like an upgrade from a previous version. It takes 13 years to upgrade.
Wow.
And that's because they do so much testing and design work on those engines to make sure that they will absolutely never, ever fail in any conceivable fashion. And then when they do fail, they have to fail in a safe fashion. It just takes forever to do all that paperwork, all that analysis, all that engineering. So it's really amazing. That's why they don't have issues.
Right. The one and the one day you were telling me something, we briefly talked on it. Like every bolt on an engine has how many pages of a report that it has to pass inspection. And the only reason I'm saying this is because trying to let everyone who's listening the safety in flying, because a lot of people, like your wife's a very nervous flyer.
Yes.
And even as much as I fly, I still get a little freaked out.
That's because he can't see out the windows when he sits down.
Can we be serious for a second? I mean,
That's why you can't. You sit there and go,
I can't see out the damn window.
See out the window.
That was a good one. I'm gonna get you before it's over. It's coming back. But yeah, speaking to the safety, it's like it's the safest way to travel. It's safe, way safer than a car.
Oh yeah.
Safer than a boat, safer than a train.
Yeah.
I mean, talk to that a little bit.
Yeah, it's so even like a bolt you were saying. So for someone in aviation to use a bolt on an engine, like it's literally hundreds of papers of reporting that they have to do for that bolt to again make sure it's never going to fail. And if it does fail, like if it shears or breaks off or gets loose, what happens to that bolt when it does that? And does the rest of the engine fail, or does any of the other systems around that bolt fail? And that, again, is for each individual bolt. So if you have a bracket that has 4 bolts, I mean, that's like 1,000 pages of paperwork just to prove that that thing is never, ever going to fail or come loose.
That's wild.
That sounds like, did somebody actually read all that?
Yeah.
Sounds like nap time to me, buddy.
And you have to present on that like numerous times through multiple people, and it gets combed through by everybody. And yeah.
I think the fear with flying is the knowing that if you crash, it's over, right?
Not necessarily.
I mean, if you crash your car, you have a better chance. If something happens at 30,000 feet, you ain't walking away from that.
Yeah. I have a question. Why is it okay when you're 30,000? I'm sorry, they started at 10,000 feet, and however higher you're going to go all the way up to 35,000.
Right.
Why is it okay to take my seatbelt off at 35,000 feet in the air and 500 miles an hour? But when the plane lands and it's going 15 miles an hour, sir, sit down, put your seatbelt on. We're on active tarmac, active runway. I'm like, holy shit. Do you realize where we just were 10 minutes ago? We were in the sky, close to space.
That is a good question.
Take your seatbelt, roam around the cabin, go visit your friends, have a snack, have some drinks, watch a movie, pull your computer out.
Sit down and seatbelt on when we're taxiing.
Right, exactly. The safest part of the flight is when they want you to be strapped down and just buckled in. I do not get that. And I've made the mistake of standing up. Sir, we're on an active runway. Active runway?
Well, they think I'm standing up sometimes. I'm still sitting down.
Here we go. Oh, God. You're tall. We get it. God.
A little fun fact. Do you guys know that the door on the airplane isn't locked? You could be up 30,000 feet.
You can't open it, though, right? The cabin pressure, the negative pressure in the cabin won't let you open it.
Bingo, bango. That is correct.
Right.
So if you have,
it's pressurized.
I didn't need to know that.
If you have 10, if you have a 10 psi delta between the inside and outside of the cabin,
Lost me. I said delta.
and you have 1,000 square foot or 1,000 square inch door, that means you have 10,000 pounds of air pressure that's pushing on that door. So you'd have to lift 10,000 pounds to get that door off.
Wow.
I don't know what the actual numbers are, but that's just an example.
Arms?
I don't think
the older ladies always see Naeem's arms. It's quite funny.
The delta. See, you can explain all that. I'm the guy who sells the other one.
Yeah.
That's what
I'm the guy that shows up with the beer ready to go somewhere.
Where we going, boys? This bad boy can fit so many beers on the inside.
Right. Exactly.
Speaking of traveling places, Naeem in his wind-up car he has in his garage, right? I mean, his old
yeah.
So I think he actually grew a pair and bought a real truck.
I did. I got a big boy truck.
Got a big boy truck.
Yep. I got fed up with the wind-up car. I was on a long trip. I had to plug that sucker in too many times, and I just said, you know what? We're not doing this anymore. I went in Thursday to the dealership. I said, I want that. Walked out Thursday with the car. Or I'm sorry, Friday the next
What is that? So in all seriousness, what does it look like? So in your Tesla, you have to drive whatever it is. Let's say you got to drive 2 hours and you got to charge. What is that really like? Like, how long does it take? What do you do?
Yeah.
I've always wondered that.
Good question, because a lot of people think I'm sitting at chargers for like 45 minutes.
That's what I think.
And all that.
Right.
No. So it depends on where your battery is when you get to the charger. Sometimes if I know I need to drive to Columbus, which is an hour and a half away, I'll get there. I'll leave my house with a full battery. I'll get to Columbus and I'll have 60% battery. I'll drive around. I'll see my customers, drain my battery down to about 20%, stop at a charger right before I'm ready to go home for about 15 minutes.
Okay.
It gets me to 80%.
Right.
I drive home, I get home, I'm at 20%.
Okay.
And then I just plug in at home and I finish up. So it's only one stop. But the day that pissed me off and I bought that big boy truck was when I had to go to Cleveland. And it's cold out. Batteries don't like cold. So you lose your charge faster. I had to stop and charge 3 times.
Oh, boy.
On the way up there.
Oh.
Just to go up?
Just to go up. I had to stop 3 times.
Oh, damn.
And then, because it was so cold out, it was like 20 degrees. And so I turn around, I do all my work that I have to do up there. Then I had to charge 3 times on the way back. So what should be a 3-hour, 45-minute trip turns into almost a 5-hour trip.
Oh.
And I've had that car for 6 years now?
Right.
I'm over it. So, I just said, listen, let's go get a gas car, something that's good for the family, a good road trip car. We've had this model of car or, truck SUV for a couple times now. And so we just got a newer one, and that's what I drive on long trips. That's it.
Yeah. It is nice for short trips, though. Like never having to go to the gas station, never having to get your oil changed. There's no transmission, right? You can plug it in when you get home.
Maintenance.
If you just, tool around town. But long
so
trips.
I am dreading getting these oil changes and that step of it. And then, the engine goes out. Look, I got 195,000 miles on the electric car. I virtually have had 0 issues with it. And what the hell was that?
We are getting infiltrated.
Oh, look who it is.
Crumble cookie.
Copycat
Cornbread.
Hold on. Wait, don't leave so fast.
Oh, are you guys
Yes, we are. Now you are too.
Oh my gosh. Just bring my hubby some cookies.
Listen, Alicia has entered the chat.
No, Alicia's
Oh my goodness. Well, thanks for the cookies. Yeah, we'll hear from her one of these days.
Yeah, we're gonna have the lives on soon.
Yeah,
3 grown men and 1 cookie.
Right. How
do we divide?
How do we do this?
And
then the top just kind of slid off.
I saw that.
All the sauce.
Looks
frosting.
delicious though.
Here, you guys are a guest in my home. Have some.
No, that
I still.
we gotta
How are you
wrestle.
gonna split
We
it?
We're
gotta.
not gonna split. We don't even like.
We
What am I
don't
gonna
even have a
cut it
knife
with my
down here.
finger?
Just
Like,
you guys do like Lady in the Tramp.
are
You
not.
both start eating from one side.
It's one
and
bite and we're touching beards.
Right before your lips touch, you drop. I would
Kind of like playing chicken.
I would
Go
play
as hard as you
yeah,
can.
right. Who's gonna last
Man,
longer?
You know.
Yeah, who's gonna let go? Who's gonna give it up?
What I
my
really
goodness.
need for you, Talon, to quit doing is picking the same picks as me on our weekly pick 'em.
I thought we
Ooh.
literally might have the same strategy because every week
I think we do have the
checked
same strategy.
We're line for line.
So we're in a weekly pick 'em pool. Naeem set it up with some friends and family.
Yeah.
And
Just
it's-
picking
it's-
NFL
you're
winners,
just
not
picking
against the spread.
win-loss. You're not going against the spread. It's just win-loss. And I swear, Talon and I have the same picks every week, and I don't know how this is happening.
Makes me laugh every week. Open that thing
Right.
up just to check and see. All right, what's Matt doing? Oh, yep. I should have known.
Same shit every week.
Same thing. Yeah. So, well, my wife doesn't have that same strategy as you guys, and she's right on your tail, Matt.
We have another special guest
Oh,
Hey,
and look who
boys.
entered the
Oh,
chat. It's
what do we got?
Bales.
with some hanky-panky.
Who are you married to?
I'm married to Talon Parker.
Ah,
love
all
you,
right.
honey.
Love you.
You want to say something?
Say
What is
hi.
it? What are
What's
these?
the topic?
I don't know.
These
We're
are
just
hanky
chopping it up
pankies.
today. Those are hanky-pankies. Those are really good.
Oh yeah, this is the meat on the pumpernickel or the rye bread.
Yeah.
Very good
Yeah,
stuff.
looks
You guys
delicious.
are going to start a fight though because we got one cookie we got to fight over and four
Four
hanky
hanky
pankies for
panky.
3 guys.
How are we gonna do that?
Well, there's 4, so there's enough for all of us. And then the cookie is
Cookies up for grabs,
rock, paper,
man.
scissors.
All right, that's like
Rock,
dessert.
paper, scissors.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. I'll get him.
So it seems like for all intensive purposes,
There you go
this
again with that
episode
damn
might be
intensive
killed.
purposes.
it's intensive purposes.
It's not intensive.
It's intensive purposes.
We've talked about this before. Bailey, what do you think it is?
What?
Intensive purpose.
Yeah, for all intensive purposes.
Hey, just so you know, Talon is now on his phone Googling this to see how it's spelled properly.
That's the
Oh,
engineer.
yeah.
Chat
That's the
GPT.
engineer in him.
Oh, you're gonna go
Chat
chat GPT.
It's intensive purposes.
All
All right, let's- okay,
let's-
purposes.
where's-
like all efforts?
No, we're not asking for a definition.
Oh.
How do you
sorry.
say
We're
it?
asking like, how do you say it?
Is it
What's the right
intensive
way to say it?
purposes or all intents and purposes?
Oh shit, I've never thought about that.
What do you
Yeah.
say? But what do you say?
I don't say
What do you
that, but
say?
if I were to say it, it would be all intensive purposes.
Yeah.
Because your
see?
purpose is very intensive,
Right.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, that's so wrong. It's your intent and your purpose.
I disagree. I gotta read the
Oh,
chat.
wait, she disagrees. Wait, wait, wait.
Bailey has left the chat.
Chat.
All right, here's the AI overview, and I am surprised because I always said all intensive purposes. It says that it is a common misspelling and mispronunciation of the phrase for all intents and purposes.
Well, for all intents and purposes, we're going to wrap this one up. Thanks for joining us again. Big shout out to Talon for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
I loved having you on, man. It's a great
Absolutely.
episode.
Yeah.
Fun as always.
And next time I see you cutting your grass, you'll peer pressure me into cutting mine.
Oh, don't. You know what?
Thank God it's winter, though.
You have 24 hours to respond once you see him cut his grass.
But isn't that the, like, I know we were going to wrap
I think
it
it's
up,
an
but listen,
HOA rule.
yeah, you see your neighbor cutting their damn grass, and you're like, I hear you fire that damn mower up. And we've got the same mower, which makes it even worse. So it reminds me of mine. And I'm like, all right, let's get out here. Let's cut. I don't want to cut the grass. I'm sitting here on the couch. And then what makes it even worse, he's got that damn striper on the back of his mower. Makes his lawn all pretty. I don't have a striper. I'm not an engineer. Look at me. I
like
work
the-
in aerospace and flying.
I like to point the stripes right at him, so you've got a nice direct line.
Like an arrow. Just welcoming.
Your turn, pal.
Right here. Cut your grass, bitch.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. Hope you guys had a fun one. It was fun for us. We'll catch you next time.
See you guys. See you.